Daily Roundup number 6. We're here at the start line. The warm-up lap's about to get going. Boothie, just before we went on air, a year ago today was your unfortunate accident.
The 3rd of June. Yeah, a year ago I was trying to qualify for the TT and failing. Well, no, I qualified. I just ended up in hospital. So, but that's behind us now.
It's gone. It's past.
Because today is day one of actual racing at the TT. How good does that sound?
Do you know, I walked in today and I saw Plater and he was absolutely buzzing. And you can feel it. I said it yesterday, I think. There was something in the air, but today it's just gone up another level, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of the riders just knocking around the paddock, and there's a different look on the face. When it's race day, we mean business today.
It's business time, as some might say. Where do we start then? I guess we should start. Do we mention what happened yesterday? The elephant in the room? Michael doing what he did?
Yeah, he's broken the all-time lap record unofficially, so we know he's on the ball.
Insane, and I presume he's going to take that confidence into the Supersport race today.
Yes, and you've got to say it's probably one of, if not the favourite for the Supersport race.
You don't like to say it's his to lose, but it's going to take something drastically to go wrong with his engine or his bike for him to not be at the pointy end of that. But then there's a whole group of 4 or 5 people who could potentially get on that podium, could fight and challenge for that win. But then you look a bit further down, the likes of Craig Neve, Michael Brown.
Yeah.
Brownie was 4th yesterday in practice in qualifying.
And he's only getting faster and faster and faster.
Yeah. So again, a couple of riders, and we say it all the time, the TT is not just 1 lap. For today, it's 4 laps. Anything could happen in those 4 laps. You've got pits as well. You've got the tyre changes. Some riders are going to change the tyre, others aren't, and that could be the difference between 1st and 2nd at the end of the day.
Yeah, anything can happen at the TT, and quite often does. So let's see what happens. But first of all, we've got a solo warm-up lap. So not all the lads on the bikes will do a warm-up lap. That was an option brought in last year. Then it's the Supersport race, and then it's the Sidecar race. Again, we don't want to say it's the Birchells to lose, but...
Well, I said that earlier in the podcast. I asked Steve, and I said, is it the Birchells to lose? And he kind of said yes. Again, I saw Ben over at the Honda Hospitality, and he was buzzing. Yeah. He was just like, you could just see that he said it's electric, it's electric, I'm ready to go.
It's a special event for the Sidecars this year as well, because it's the 100th anniversary of the Sidecars at the Isle of Man TT, and we keep saying it, the Birchells are bored of hearing it now, but that 120 mile an hour lap
it'll be going.
It's there, isn't it?
Do you know what? I think they might just do it just to shut everyone up and say, leave it now. We've done it. Let's go and carry on winning.
Yeah.
What's the plan for today for you, Booth?
Me, I'm going to head up there, put my cans on, do some radio commentary. What are you going to do?
Just going to watch the race, chill out, watch seagulls, have a coffee, and
don't forget your sun cream, because it's boiling here on the Isle of Man.
Right, catch
Should
you
we do it?
Mate.
Bye.
Now, I did want to have a quick word with Paul Jordan, but he's been accosted by Philip McCallan. And what we know one thing about Philip, as soon as he starts talking, that's it. So we might get a word with Paul, we might not. Who knows? But I'm going to hang here awkwardly and hope that Paul catches my eye and he comes and has a quick chat. Because I also want to go and talk to Dom Herbertson, and if we can, Davey Todd. But Paul's always good to have a quick word with. You got a second, mate?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Shitting myself.
It's such a stupid question. How are you feeling? Of course you're shitting yourself. Up until about 2 minutes to go, when you set off down Glen Country Road, and all the stress relieves itself.
Yeah, hopefully this poo goes straight back up inside, and my heart goes back to where it's meant to be. But at the minute it's in my throat, the shades in my pants.
And you're starting at number 3.
Yeah.
You looking forward to that?
We'll see.
In amongst it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it. You know, instead of me doing the chasing, now they're doing the chasing of me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Good luck, mate. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Dom, quick one. You came out of the gate and you turned right. Did you forget you were turning left?
It's my tactics, son. Don't tell anyone. I'm going to go backwards. You know that record Sea Pirates had for years?
Yeah.
I'm about to smash it.
It's all yours.
Smash it, young'un.
How are we feeling? Feel good?
It's probably the calmest I've ever felt, to be honest. You know, it's been a difficult week. we only managed, leading up to yesterday, we only managed 7 laps because we had a few major issues with the mountain bike, unforeseen by the team and myself. It's just one of those things. This island can bring up some gremlins in the motorcycles that no one can predict. And I'm absolutely good for the Counting team. It's the first time in 11 years we haven't made the grid.
Yeah.
And these situations fall because Matt Steves and Godlum had a major accident going into the Craig. He's broke his leg, and the Dapper Bed lads have kindly offered the bike over just to get me some laps in, and that's what this paddock's about, helping each other out.
It's amazing. Well, you just said it. I don't even need to say any more than that. Mate, good luck with today. Enjoy it.
Damn
Embrace it, and I'll see you at the end.
Skids and wheelies, young'un. Skids and wheelies.
Skids and wheelies. Enjoy it, mate.
Cheers, man.
You ready? You're recording? 1 minute. Just 1 minute. You alright?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks. How was that? How you feeling?
Good, mate. Really good. The boys have been working hard, swapping an engine there, and now I'm just excited to get out. It's the first race, isn't it? So nerves are right up there, but really excited. I love the Super Sport bike. It's easy to ride, and just hope we have a good race.
That's all I need from you. Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Day of racing is done and dusted. I'm going to catch up with Boovy very, very shortly, but as we can see, turn around, the boys have just come off the podium, and the Birchells, as we expected, as we predicted, have just cracked the 120 mark, and I think the only reason they did it was to shut up people like me. Here's one of them now. I'm going to get Keith to move out of the way. and we'll try and have a quick word with him if that's possible. Hey, hello.
You can ask me about it as much as you want now.
120, do you think you'll do it?
Yeah.
You happy?
Really happy. Happy to win, happy to do it all. It's just amazing.
I'm not going to lie, I had a little tear in my eye.
Wicked, eh?
It was amazing. Right, I'll see you down in the fan park and we can speak about it more. Well done, mate. First race day here on the Isle of Man has come to an end, and can we just take a minute to appreciate the immenseness, I think that's a word, of the fan park. It's absolutely buzzing down here.
It's packed, isn't it?
Banging.
Great to see. I've got my sunglasses on because it's
You've been reading the comments.
yeah, I have. Yeah, it's been blisteringly hot, hasn't it? And I've got like big panda eyes today.
Someone referred to them as the sunglass goggles.
Yeah, I look like a bit of a tit, but never mind. Because the temperature isn't the only thing that's been blistering today, has it, Chris?
No, Boothie. The pace has been insane. And do you know what? All joking aside, it has been mental today.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
Let's start with the Super Sport race, the first race of today, the first race of the 2023 Isle of Man TT. There was one name that was on everyone's lips before the race. The favourite to win, we've got to say, it was Michael Dunlop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
it was his to lose, really, after his performances last year.
Yeah, it was his to lose, and he delivered in quite stunning style, didn't he?
Yeah, one name that wasn't there, and this harks back to conversations I keep having on the podcast, keep having here, is that warm-up lap. Now, Mike Brown didn't even make it to the start line because he went out on his R6 on that warm-up lap.
Yep.
So if you don't know, since last year, every race day morning there is a warm-up lap. Riders can go out on their Superbike, Superstock, Super Twin or Super Sport Bike. He took his Super Sport Bike out. Now we only had an hour between the start of that and the start of the race. If anything happens, you're in trouble. But yeah, Michael Dunlop, absolutely on fire, on the pace, on the pipe. Didn't set that lap record like we thought he was going to, but I don't think he needed to,
No,
did he?
he didn't need to. I think he controlled the race from the front. He would have been looking at his pit boards. He kind of got to a 10-second lead and just slowly increased his lead. I think at the end of the race there was a maybe 15-second or 13-second lead or something like that.
There wasn't a great deal between second and third as well. That came right down to the wire, didn't it?
Yep, second and third being, well, for most of the race it was Dean Harrison and then Pete Hickman. But on the very last lap, in the dying minutes of the race really, Pete Hickman just pipped him. He was catching him. I feel a bit sorry for Dean Harrison because he was pipped to the post, but then again, you need to go faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I spoke to all three of them on the fan park just behind us here, and Pete said he got a pit board heading towards the last lap that was around 10 seconds, I think, and then when he got to his next pit board, it was down to 6. And then it got down to 4, and then he was like, right, someone's either having a problem or I'm finally getting into my groove. And that's what Pete said. He said, Michael and Dino just went from the gun, and he wasn't warmed up, he wasn't prepared. And I don't think, I could be wrong in saying this, I don't think he's ready to go from the gun like those boys are, even on the bigger bike. So
no,
he's
maybe.
going to have to pull his finger out later on down the race. But one thing we didn't see in that race, 4 laps, there was a pit stop, but no tyre changes. No one decided to change that tyre.
No,
that could have been one of Dean's problems.
Possibly. I mean, the Super Sport bikes haven't got anywhere near as much power as the Super bikes. You probably 130, 140, maybe a little bit more for a Super Sport bike. They're not going to chew the tyre up in the same way. And now this year, you can run slicks, and slick tyres do last a little bit longer, particularly when it gets hot, like today. A rumour I heard was that Dean Harrison was having issues with his brakes. So that could have been why he started to slow down a little bit towards the end of the race, because brakes are the last thing you want a problem with when you're racing bikes on a TT course, because you need to know when you grab that front brake, it's going to slow you down, because if you don't, you lose all your confidence and you go backwards.
Before we go any further, pieces have been delivered. Thanks, Emma.
Can we just mention Jamie Coward, please?
Oh, my.
4th place.
Sorry, Jamie.
In the Super Sport race. Fair play, amazing effort.
That was great. Ahead of Davey Todd.
Yeah.
Can we move on to the sidecars? Because the sidecars was the big news, right?
Yeah. It's 100 years since the sidecars raced at the TT, first raced at the TT course. For a few years now, there's been people pestering the Birchells about when you're going to do that 120 mile an hour lap. And we all thought there was a good chance it was going to be today, and it was. What an unbelievable lap. If you've seen any of the footage of them boys riding that sidecar round, I've never seen anything like it. There was a few jumps and they were nearly flying. I don't know how it's as though they've set some sort of aerodynamic wing up on that thing. It was virtually flying, unbelievable. You could see how hard they was pushing. Bear in mind, that 120 mile an hour lap was on lap 2.
Yep.
When they've not lost all the, they've still got half a tank of fuel at that point, and weight is really important in any type of motorsport. So I'm sure there's, they can go faster than that if they need to. They didn't really need to because Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley couldn't really keep up the pace with them. They weren't far off for a lap, but I think the Birchells got a pit board saying that the Founds and Walmsley pairing were reasonably hot on the heels, and that's when the Birchells pulled the pin. Unbelievable.
The frustrating thing for Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley is the fact that they're on lap record pace.
Yeah,
2 hours ago, they were on lap record pace, setting lap record times, but the Birchells just went, sorry lads, we're stepping up. So it must be frustrating to still finish second and be on lap record pace. But that is how competitive the Birchall boys are. And when we did our outro that night just outside their tent, those boys didn't get home till 4:30 in the morning. They were at it, putting that race engine in. No stone is left unturned with those boys. Because I said to them, again on the fan park, I said, people will see yourself on the start line, they'll see you across the line, they'll see you raise a trophy, and they'll think that it's kind of all done by this other team, this factory team. But it's those boys, they're getting their hands dirty. It's not just them, it's everyone across the sidecars. I think all of them need a lot more respect than they probably get.
They're proper grafters, aren't they?
Yeah, it's amazing. It is genuinely amazing. History has been made, and John Holden made it onto the podium, which for me was the icing on the cake, because that man wasn't going to be here at the start of the year.
No,
he had no passenger, he had no outfit, he was ready to retire. Boom, 3rd place.
Impressive stuff.
Should we wrap it up there, Boo? We can go get a pizza.
Yeah, I'm starving.
So am I. It's been hard work.
Superbike race tomorrow though.
Yeah. Predictions, quick, go.
Pete Hickman.
Right, okay. I'm going Michael Dunlop. Sorry. Oh, I mean, I want him to win, but it's not very original, is it? Make sure to get all the latest news, features and views over at iomttracers.com. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check us out across all the socials at TT Racers Official. Boovie, it's time to eat some pizza.